Happy New Year. I know it's been a while since we've had a webinar. What we're going to be doing over the next little while is we're going to be doing weekly trainings of Project Supremacy version 3. Herc and I have set up a schedule. If you've registered, then you're automatically registered for all of the upcoming webinars. So you will be notified when we do these. How often are we doing these, Herc? Once a week? Once every 2 weeks?
Yeah, we can go weekly. We'll take it by week. Our plan right now is to go weekly just to see how much training people need, because we know it's a big project and I still haven't uploaded the videos like I said I would. So we'll do these once a week, and if we start getting repetitive, then we'll scale that back a little bit. Right on, right on.
Yeah, we will upload these recordings into a members area where you can view them later on, relearn them. We'll try to keep them a little bit shorter so they don't get too long. And we'll just take your questions from, like you guys are really great at asking us questions, and then we kind of go from there and explain some things. Let me just real quick ask a question for those of you on the call right now. Give me a 1 if you own V3 already, if you're one of the founding members, and a 2 if not. Okay, cool. I do see a couple of 2s out there. Well, more than a couple, but mostly everybody has V3 that's on here today. Very cool. So you've been using it and probably have some good questions. Okay, here comes some more 2s now. Okay, so for those of you who don't have V3, I'm going to let Herc go over some of the details of the options of the system. If you decide to pick it up later on, then we'll already have that part out of the way. And then what we'll do after that is we'll just start going over some of the details inside of the software, and also take all of your questions and go over them with you. Cool. Sound good? Sound good, Herc?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right, guys. So this is for all you 2s out there. For anybody that doesn't yet own Project Supremacy, I'm not gonna go too much into detail about what it is, but if you go to v3.projectsupremacy.com, okay, you're gonna have 4 videos here. Each one is about 2 hours in length, and you might think to yourself, holy shit, that's a lot. But that's because V3 is a big badass mofo, and it takes that long to show you all the features that Project Supremacy version 3 has. It's far more extensive than V2. So if you want to come at any time, you can come and watch these replays. And the main functions and features that we cover on webinar 1 are WordPress and PBN management and security. So managing your WordPress blogs, whether they're PBNs, money sites, client sites, stuff like that. Webinar 2 is how to use V3 to do your typical SEO tasks, as well as project management, meaning the keyword research tool, optimizing your website's posts and pages for the best potential SEO outcome. Webinar 3 is all about our schema builder. There's only 2 schema builders that I know of on the market that are as big as ours are. Ours being V3, the other one being Schema app, but Schema app is expensive and unlimited, meaning you have to pay, I think the cheapest plan they have is $97 a month for like 20 or 30 sites, whereas we have far cheaper and far bigger packages, but you don't just get the schema with V3, you get everything. And then the final webinar was just additional features and Q&A. The other thing I want to show you guys, we added this chart a little while ago just to give you a scope of everything that you get with Project Supremacy V3 versus buying all those features in other products. So to get all the features of PSv3, you'd have to buy at least these 4 other products: Schema app, CMS Commander, which is a WordPress management software, ProRank Tracker, which is a rank tracking software, and Longtail Pro, which is a keyword research software. So we kind of bundled it up by feature. You can see this line is PSv3, and then each of these lines are all the other features. And you can see PSv3 has everything, whereas all these other softwares don't have everything. So you can look at that if you want to see just a quick view of what you're going to get for value. And then the other thing, if you do want to get it, guys, click here to get V3. Okay, we have monthly pricing, and then if you click this button, we have annual pricing as well. But just to show you on a quick little chart the value proposition that we have for V3, Our biggest package on the monthly pricing is $127 a month, which will allow you to build Schema for 500 sites, manage 500 WordPress sites, track 1,500 keywords, as well as do 1,500 polls of keyword research metrics like the CPCs, the search volumes, and then your competition metrics like in title, in URL, and shit like that. So you get all of that for $127 a month versus if you were to price it out individually with other services, you'd have to join at least 4 other services and pay, $297 a month, $125 a month, blah, blah, blah. Basically, guys, we're going to give you for $127 a month, $533 a month worth of stuff in one single tool. So one login, you know what I mean, instead of 4 logins for far cheaper. It's 76% cheaper to get V3, and you get all these things. So it's a really good value. Todd and I worked really, really hard on building a product that can do a lot of things for you and still give it to you at a very, very affordable price. Hoping to steal customers away from other services. That is our goal, obviously, and do it in a way that you guys absolutely love the software. So that's all I'll really say about that. If you guys want to come and check it out, it is v3.projectsupremacy.com. So with that said, guys, what we'll do is we'll just go into a training, and because we already have the 4 training videos up on the website, I know a lot of you have probably already watched those. Actually, you know what? Give me a 1 if you have watched all 4. Give me a 2 if you haven't watched any, and give me a 3 if you've watched some. I just want to see. Okay, very, very split. There's 1s, 2s, and 3s all over the place. So definitely, guys, if you are owners and if you are interested in getting it, I do suggest making some time to come and watch at least the first 3. Cut 2 hours off the, you don't have to watch the additional features and Q&A, but at least come and watch the first 3. Make some time, maybe an hour a night for 6 nights to get the full idea of everything that Project Supremacy does. But what we'll do right now, guys, is we'll switch into, we're actually going to log into the back end of my account in V3. And just basically head right into a Q&A for people that are using it but are either struggling with certain things or have questions and stuff like that. We'll just log in and start looking at it. I will say, however, that this has literally saved me so much time. Like, I absolutely love the ability to come in here and mass manage and even like get the email notifications when sites are going down. Like, I host a lot with a lot of different hosts, and these hosts are supposed to be notifying you when things are going wrong with hosting. And I'll tell you this, guys, I do IP networks for PBN. I also do what's the other one? Bulk buy hosting for PBN, and then I have a bunch of $1 hosts, and then I have a bunch of Todd's hosting. And then on specifically with IP networks and bulk buy hosting, as well as easy blog networks, sometimes those PBNs are going down and I'm not getting notified by the hosting provider, which sucks. It's ridiculous that they're not doing that. But with V3, I'm being notified of everything. So like, for instance, right now I'm being told Mert and I is offline, and I'll just go over this right now. So let me do this, guys. Before we go into QA, let me show you what it looks like when I first log in and I'm managing my sites, okay? So I'll go to, just so you know, I have 174 sites in my network, okay? But when I come and log in, and I do this daily, what I'm looking for is all the stuff that I can update at the click of a button. So right now I have 3 plugins and 3 themes that need to be updated. Keeping your stuff updated, guys, is a security issue, okay? You have to have your stuff updated. If you're not updating your plugins, you're not updating your themes or your WordPress cores, you're having your sites become vulnerable to attacks, okay? And you don't want that. So first thing I'll do, I'll just click the button and update everything, okay? And you get the little green button down here, successfully done, okay? So those plugins and themes are gonna be updated. If you wanna look at what they are and where they are, okay? We can expand everything out, or we can even switch viewing, and instead of looking at it by plugin, we can look at it by site, okay? Just different options. So right away, I'll do my updates so that I know my network is secured. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll look at my notification list, okay? And then I'll go through them one by one and see what's up. So it's telling me that this site is offline. I'll just click it. It'll take me over, okay, into the website management aspect for this site. All I'm gonna do is click synchronize, okay? And that's a manual synchronization of your blog, your entire WordPress blog, over to Project Supremacy V3. And I always do a manual synchronize, and you can see data successfully synchronized. I always do a manual sync to check what's up. Now, if you get data successfully synchronized, this notification is no longer needed. That means everything's okay. And if you want to double check it, you can just click on the link and you'll see that the site is up and running. Okay, so now I could just get rid of that notification. But I am notified here in my notifications. I'm also instantly notified by email. So I'm always checking my emails to see what's up. Another one, how to make money with Bitcoin is offline. So I'll check that. Okay, and all I have to do is manually sync it. These synchronizations also happen on a cron for you guys, so that it's always keeping everything up to date. So it was okay. I can get rid of that notification. Okay, Hammy Hamster, same thing. See how fast it is to keep my sites up. So there it didn't go over. So I'm just going to type in Hammy. Okay, plugin is deactivated on WordPress. So now I got to go into Hammy Hamster and see why. Okay, so I'm going to log into Hammy Hamster and see why my plugin is apparently deactivated. And you got to remember, guys, what I'm doing. So there's a plugin right now that is causing the system an issue. It's causing this 500 error because you can see the site loads, but when I go into WordPress admin, something's not good. So all I'd have to do is log into the cPanel for Hammy Hamster, start deactivating plugins one by one, see what the culprit is. If it's if I find the plugin, I can remove the plugin or update the plugin, and then I won't have that error anymore. But at least I know now, right, that V3 got deactivated for some reason. I have to go take care of that to get V3 back in play. Now, the nice thing about this, guys, is that all these issues across 174 websites, V3 is going to notify me about everything, and I have the ability to look at what's going on, fix it really, really fast. Okay, and I even know, like for instance with Hammy Hamster, if it was a hosting issue, or maybe I forgot to renew a domain or something, I know right away. I can click to IP networks, that's where it's hosted, or I can click over to Phoenix, that's where I registered the domain. I can make sure the name servers are updated. If everything's good on the registration, the domain registrar, I can go over to IP networks, log into the IP networks and see if everything's going good with there. So it's extremely fast, and it's so much better. It's so much more efficient to do things this way than 174 websites than to log into things one at a time going problem hunting, right? I don't want to be a problem hunter. It's slow, it's tedious. This right here, guys, is telling you, look, here are the problems across your entire network of sites. And if you guys have clients, you can have your client stuff on there, your affiliate sites, your money sites, your PBN sites, right? It's just a notification of the things that are going wrong with your network. And these happen on a daily basis, guys. Like I wouldn't say every day I have a problem now that I have V3, but if you didn't have some sort of notification system in place for your entire networks of sites, managing it, making sure it's secured and up to date and shit like that, it can become a really tedious process. With V3, it's very, very easy. No, Jim's already gone. Jim said that this is the same as SEMrush, and this is absolutely nowhere near SEMrush. So it's too bad you left, Jim. You're gonna miss out. But if you watch a replay, you'll realize that you were wrong. So that's what I do, guys. That's my kind of daily ritual of things. And then if I'm out and about, say, shopping, or, I got family over for Christmas, like we just went through the holidays. The nice thing is that these notifications do come by email. I'll try and load that up for you. And the tags that I was showing you guys there, okay, when I'm tagging my sites, I'm the one that puts these tags in. And the way that I do my tags, I've shown this a couple times, I have 3 tags per site. What type of site it is, okay, where it's hosted, and where it's registered. Those are the 3 most important metrics for me when I'm organizing my sites by tags. And here's why. Let me go into my Project Supremacy stuff. Okay, here's my email, guys, and I get this on my phone as well. This is the email I receive when something goes wrong. Hey, Herc, sad face. Okay, this site, iTunes Alternative, has went down. Here's where it's hosted, here's where it's registered, and here's where the type of site is. These are also clickable. So if I'm on my iPhone and I'm traveling, or if I'm away from my computer or whatever, I could still deal with these notifications on my phone. A lot of times smartphones are getting so good that you can do a lot of this stuff right from your smartphone, right? And also, just so you know, if you guys log into Project Supremacy V3 on your phone, this is actually It's mobilely responsive, so it looks great on your phone. You can do a lot of things on your phone as well. So it's a nice way to manage things while you're at work on your desktop, but it's also a nice way to maintain your network security and updatedness and stuff like that while you're not able to be at your desktop. So I just wanted to show you guys that ritual because it's something that I do daily and it keeps everything up to date. No, Brian, you didn't miss anything too important. Richard, yes, we are recording. So other than that, guys, a couple of the new things that are in here now that we didn't show before is these little numbers, okay? These are showing you on your network what version of the plugin is out. If it's red, it means there's a newer version available. Typically, you won't have to worry about that as we do run crons and we auto update the Project Supremacy plugin on your sites for you, okay? Just recently, though, we did discover that there was an issue with the cron inside of Spider Spanker. So the ones that are red, I have Spider Spanker running on them, and I have to manually update these. But as of version 3.032, that Spider Spanker issue will be fixed. You'll be able to get the auto updates once again. So that's something we are aware of and fixing. But I did want to show you guys that notification. Or this update because it's an important one. You want to make sure at a glance that you're able to see what version of the plugin you're running and what's the latest version. So you can see 3.032 is the latest version. Anything else needs to be updated. All right. What else is new? Actually, you know what, guys? If you really want to see what's new, okay, because we're always working on this, we're always updating it. All you have to do is come over to your news and then go to change logs, okay? Add support for manual PSv3 front panel. This was a Spider. You can see what we've done on every single update, okay? If you really want to see what's new, you can come through and quickly just go through and browse every single update version and what's new. I think that's the most newest shit that I wanted to cover. There might be like some little theme design changes and things like before we were having issues with these grayed out screens. That is moved. I believe it's finished. It's moved over to a new server so that you get proper little screen displays of what your site looks like. So we shouldn't have these black ones anymore. And of course, the ones that are green or gray, not green, I just need to update the plugin and then those will work again. So that's all the new stuff, pretty much. So basically, guys, for the rest of the webinar, what I'll do is just take Q&A. If you guys have any questions about different features of either the centralized app or the plugin itself, go ahead and ask. Yeah, Bill says that he's seeing all his images now, which is what we wanted. And until, you know what I'll do is I'll show you guys some stuff that I've been doing to really using the plugin to its fullest potential for traffic and stuff like that. On the Bitcoin site that I have, I'll show you guys a bunch of stuff that I've been doing. Number one, I'm really, really loving and starting to use more and more the affiliate products section of the site. So what I'm doing with an affiliate site is every time I'm creating a new affiliate link, I'm always doing it with Project Supremacy now, okay? We can do text links, we can do image links, anything like that. But you guys are seeing, if I have an affiliate program that I want to add, like I've just became a member of the Quadriga CX, which is a new Bitcoin exchange company, but they offer an affiliate program. So if I'm going to be telling people about that affiliate program, I want to track the clicks on that link. So I'll add a link, okay? And now this was new, this is new. We now have it so that you can use the short code in your posts and pages to display the link for you. But we also have the ability now to copy the short code's masked URL, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so all you have to do is click it and it's copied. And the nice thing about it, guys, is when we come and post it on social media, you see it's fetching the preview right now. What it will do is Facebook before had, you couldn't post like affiliate links and shit like that on Facebook, like JVZoo links, and it was for some reason not working very well. Project Supremacy, you can see if I post the Project Supremacy link, it actually fetches the Quadriga. It bypasses like whatever filter was on Facebook and fetches the final destination's image and information. So you're able to use Project Supremacy to post affiliate links for all your programs on social media, and it just looks and acts and behaves like amazingly well. You can also delete the link and it maintains the link. So this is actually a V3 affiliate link. Looks good, right? Okay, and if I post that, okay, you'll see in the group, guys, that I just posted that, there it is. And you can see it's hidden. Okay, this looks like a Quadriga link or whatever I'm promoting. But when you click it, you can see it actually goes through how to make money with Bitcoin through the Project Supremacy link. The nice thing about that, it also is counting my impressions, my unique clicks, and my click-through ratio. So I've been using my affiliate links a lot lately, okay? Quite a lot. Yeah, Sam, that's another feature, the Facebook link, the social link. So it's an awesome one. It works really, really good. Something else I've been doing a lot, guys, is when I'm creating pages and posts, okay, I'm going to go over to my all posts. Okay, number one, I'm going to Facebook, okay, and in my ad manager, I'm creating a pixel, okay, and I'll show you how this all plays out and why it's really, really good. I go into my ad manager and I grab a pixel, okay, for my site. If I could just grab my pixels, okay. And this is something that you should be doing to all your sites and getting, I'll show you how to do this. But what you want to do is put a Facebook pixel on your site, okay. If you grab the code, pixel installation is complete. So you can see I'm not even that good with this shit, but it's still working. Okay, setup. Okay, use the code. Okay, so install the base pixel code. What you want to do is grab this Facebook pixel code, and then on any of your sites, you want to go to V3 SEO settings. Okay, and see here where it says scripts. You can see I have a pixel code on my site. Now that's a site-wide pixel code when you're doing it from this area, meaning every new post and every new page you create is going to by default have your Facebook pixel code on it. And why would you want to do that? Okay, now let me show you why. If I go over to a post and I create a new post, so I'm going to go to all my posts and I'm going to show you something I did and why I did it. Okay. For instance, when the news hit a little while ago that a show called The Big Bang Theory was going to be airing an episode specifically about Bitcoin, I wanted to create a post for that because it's fresh news. You know, I can post it on social media and hopefully it goes a bit viral. And why would I want that to happen? So here's the post, okay? Then what I do with this post, if I go to edit post, the pixel's already there, but I'm going to take it one step further, okay? And then I'm going to go over to my social. In the Project Supremacy on page SEO box, I'm going to go to my social. And you can see we have Facebook Open Graph and Twitter Open Graph settings. So I create a nice title, a nice description, and I actually created a nice image, okay, so that I could have a really nice social sharing preview window. Okay, so once that's done, what I have is the post, I have a Facebook pixel on the post, and I have my open graph settings all done for me. Okay, so now what I do is I go to social media. Okay, I'm going to go back into the Project Supremacy group, so I'm sharing this with you guys alone. I'll go into social media to like different Bitcoin groups or to anything like that, and I'll just paste my link. Okay, and then when it shows up, okay, Facebook should grab, it might not work in a group actually. There it is, okay? So there it goes. It grabs my title, it grabs my description, and it grabs the image, and it looks really nice. Then what I'll do, and I'll show you where I did this, guys. If I go to my own page, I actually have a page for my site. This is my site, How to Make Money with Bitcoin. But on social media, I have a page for it as well, okay, How to Make Money with Bitcoin. I go ahead and I post the link to that post inside of my, here it is, right here, inside of my page, right? Because I want it to start going viral. Then what I do is I boost my post, right? Because I want to push the fact that it's going to go viral. So I'll spend like 20 bucks to push this post, okay, but who do I push it to? Well, the fact that, remember, if we go back to the start, I put a pixel so that it shows up on every single page of my site. I can actually promote any post on this site to every person who's ever visited my site through a custom audience in Facebook. Give me a 1 if that makes sense, guys, and give me a 2 if I'm losing you. Okay, mostly 1s. I'll explain to the 2s here in a little bit more detail. Okay, so remember, step 1, get a Facebook pixel. Step 2, go to the site that you want the pixel on. Put a site-wide pixel in your SEO settings, a Facebook pixel on any site, okay? And that's in scripts. That means you have a Facebook pixel on every single site. Step 3, create a new post and make sure you put nice open graph data inside of that new post. Then when you post that post on social media, it will pick up the nice display for social media, whether it's on Twitter or whether it's on Facebook. And then you boost that post to all the people who have visited your site in the past. So in order to find out who's visited your site in the past, all you have to go is to your manage ads in Facebook. Okay, and we're gonna go to this audiences tab, and I'll show you guys the custom audiences. Okay, I created a pixel for every single person who's visiting How to Make Money with Bitcoin. And you can see right now I have an audience of 64,000 people who have visited that site. And now I know for a fact that anyone that visits How to Make Money with Bitcoin is targeted because I know they like Bitcoin. So when I create a post on Bitcoin site and I post it on social media and I boost that post, I choose that audience. I say I want to display it to these 64,000 people. Okay, and then what happens is of those 64,000 people, the people who start either liking it, commenting on it, or sharing it are spreading that to people who have not visited my site yet. So when those people who haven't visited my site yet come and read that post about the Bitcoin episode on Big Bang Theory, they then in turn get added to my custom audience, and my custom audience starts growing and multiplying and growing and multiplying, so that anytime I want to get more social traffic or more engagement or more virality, that Facebook pixel is triggering everybody, and I just always advertise to that custom audience. Does that make sense, guys? Bruce asks, how did you build the custom audience? Very, very simple, Bruce. That's basically step 1, okay? You go to your Facebook account, you get a custom pixel, then you go into Project Supremacy V3 and you go to SEO settings and you go to scripts and you input your Facebook pixel code, and that's it. That's all you have to do, okay? And then in Facebook, of course, you have to create an audience, okay? So you go to, after you install the pixel, you create a custom audience, okay? And then you would say what type of audience. So you'd say like website, create a list of people who visited your website, and it'll ask you what URL, okay? All website visitors, you create a URL, name your audience, so, Bitcoin site. And then you'd say all website visitors who visited the URL in the past, you can do a maximum of 180 days. And then as people start visiting your website, you're populating that custom audience so that you can use it for advertising later on. Rob, is this considered a social signal? Custom audiences aren't social signals, but let me show you guys the results of that. Little test here. Let's go back to our posts. Okay. So we were looking at the Big Bang Theory. So we're going to view this post. Okay. Look at what happened as a result, guys. I got 197 Facebook likes, comments, or shares because of that process. 197. That is considered a social signal, right? And I only pushed it for like 20 bucks. And then if we take it a step further, did I get any traffic? Let me just move this over here for a second. I'm gonna load up and show you guys what we got for traffic on this. Sorry, it's just a little bit slow. Okay. Okay, here's my Bitcoin site. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll go to recent visitor activity and I'm going to set some filters and show you how much traffic that post actually got. So if we go to recent activity, okay, came from activity. So what I want to do is find that this episode, right? So I'm going to take this URL and I'm going to say I only want to see the traffic I got. So I'm going to set a filter, okay, entry page match, and I'm going to make the entry page match this Big Bang Theory blog post. And it's only going to show me the traffic that I got as a result of that Facebook post. No, the cost to send wasn't 64,000, Greg. That was the results that I got. So look at this, guys. This is actual traffic, okay? And this is one of 2 pages that I got, and it's 200 visits per page. So I got like, if this is 200 per page, let's just do this. No, that's the max. Okay, so page 1 of 2. Here's page 2 of 2. Okay, you can see I launched that post on November 10th. Okay, and it just started going crazy. So if you guys are looking for a way to use V3 and social sharing and that whole methodology to drive a lot of traffic to your sites, you could do it like this. Create an engaging post, set up the open graph, advertise it, boost it, and then just get the traffic. Now, the last thing that I did, and I've removed it now, is at the very, very bottom of the post, I had an affiliate link down here that said, I had to remove, it's USI Tech, which they recently stopped happening in Canada. I had a link down here that said, you know, want to see how I made $10,000 in Bitcoin with USI Tech? I had to remove it. But all that traffic that came to this post, of all that traffic, I got about 20% of those people clicking on that link. Okay. So it's a good way to side door traffic. Like really what I was doing with this post, the end goal, guys, was I was trying to promote a program called USI Tech. But I was just leveraging existing news about a big TV show and Bitcoin to a post that really had nothing to do about USI Tech and more about Bitcoin, socially boosted it, but put an affiliate link down at the bottom, and it worked. And it worked awesome. And did I track all that? Yep. Let's go look. What I did from there, okay, I created an internal affiliate link, okay, that anyone, so on that site, let me explain this. On that page or on that post, I created another affiliate product link here for USI Tech, okay, so that would go, that link would go over to the actual USI Tech post that I had. So let me show you that. Because I wanted to track how many clicks that particular post was getting. And I can do that with the affiliate link tracker. So here it is right here. See, this link, USI review page, was tracking how many clicks I was getting from posts like Big Bang Theory posts over to my USI Tech review page on the blog. And you can see I got 216 clicks. Pretty awesome, right? Yeah, it sucks about USI Tech. But the strategy behind all this, guys, is made possible because of what we're doing with V3, right? And that is something I've been testing quite a bit of and getting like amazing success with. Okay, not only can I promote my affiliate links on social media, but I can actually create a post on my site, use Open Graph so that it displays nicely on social media, use my Facebook pixel so that I'm building a custom targeted, a growing custom targeted audience that I can forever start advertising Bitcoin related items to, track the affiliate links, okay? So it was amazing. So that's something I've been playing around with, guys, a lot with Project Supremacy, that it's been outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Okay, I'm gonna just answer some questions here, guys. Let me go back. Should all the sites you build have all the social media pixels on them to build more audiences and target more people for everything? You know what, Bruce? It won't hurt. I'll say that. Like I don't have like a Twitter. I don't know what the other pixels available are. I mostly market on Facebook. So the only social pixel that I do put on there is Facebook, okay? But I see where you're going. Like if you guys have other social media sites that have scripts so that you can build custom audiences over there. So like say for instance, you know, if Twitter has one to advertise on Twitter, and then if Instagram has one to advertise on Instagram, yeah, why not put them all here? Why not start gaining a custom audience from all the people that are visiting your traffic? And all you have to do is add the script in the Project Supremacy V3 scripts tab, and you're gaining it automatically, right? So yeah, I do think it's a good idea. Natalie, sorry, just to clarify, when you say boost it to your visitors of your site, does that mean boost it to visitors of your Facebook site or website? So let's go back to that. I'll show you that in detail. So this is something important to note, guys. You can boost a post if you own a page, okay, not a group, but a page. So like for me, I always create both. When I create a website that I really care about, I'll create a page for it, okay? Especially if it's an affiliate site, I'll create a page for it on Facebook. And why do I create a page for it? Because I do want the social media ability for the site to send posts to the page, but more importantly, for reasons like this. When I do make a post that I want to advertise on social media, when I make that post on my blog, but I want to advertise that post on social media, this is what I do, right? So this is the example that we're talking about right here. What you can do is boost a post net, okay? So I made this post on my blog, and then of course I share it on my personal site, and I get my wife Tennille to share it on hers. So it starts that initial ball rolling of people sharing it and liking it, shit like that. But the last thing I do is I come over to boost post, and I click boost post. Okay, and it says, okay, this is what you want to boost. Well, who do you want to boost it to? Okay, and then I'll edit that and I'll say, I would like to boost it to all the people that I have in my custom audience. I have to choose the custom audience. Here it is right here. Here's my custom audience, how to make money with Bitcoin. Okay, so there's my boost. Anyone that's visited how to make money with Bitcoin, and I said between the ages of 18 and 65, I can actually narrow that down and test different things, but that's what boosting a post does. Then what Facebook does, once I boost it, you can see this little sponsored, they start putting this post in people's news feeds, right? And then when they click on it or they engage with it, then I pay a little bit of money, but I only spend like 20 bucks per post unless it's going really well. Like I'll start with a $20 test. And if I see the engagement is getting a lot of likes, comments and shit like that, shares, then I'll start adding more money to it. And the purpose of this, once again, guys, it's kind of twofold. Number one, I'm actually trying to get people over to this post so that they see the affiliate link and they click on my affiliate review. So it's like a really good feeling way to advertise my affiliate link. I'm not directly slamming people with my USI Tech affiliate link. What I'm doing is talking about related Bitcoin news and putting my affiliate link for USI Tech on the page. Then no one gets pissed off about my advertising. It's really sneaky, but it works really well. Okay, that's the first thing, to promote my links. The second thing, every time somebody new that hasn't visited this site before visits the site, I grow my custom audience on Facebook, meaning I can market to more people if I do another post. Stuart, is there a difference between V2 and V3? Yeah, huge difference. And I would go back to saying, go to v3.projectsupremacy.com and watch the first 3 videos on that page. John, how do I know which version of Project Supremacy I have? Well, 2 ways. Every plugin that you have in your website, you can see what version you have installed by going into your WordPress site and looking at your plugin, right? This is the current version of the plugin. So for Project Supremacy, you can see the current version I have installed is right here. Okay, now if you're talking about what version, there's my dog going crazy. What version of the plugin do I have on each of my sites? You can go to your websites tab in Project Supremacy, and this will tell you what version of the Project Supremacy plugin you have installed on that particular site. And then a third option, you can actually go into any of these sites into your manage. So say for instance, TaxGaga, I want to see all the plugins installed in what versions. Okay, I can go to manage and then I can click on the plugins tab And there you go, version 4.1 of Akismet. There's also an update available, might as well update it. 3026 of Project Supremacy, 5093 of Spider Spanker, and version 2 of WP Fresh Start, which I no longer need actually, because Project Supremacy now has that. Gregory, cost to send to 64,000. Oh, you might have said that earlier and I answered that wrong. The cost to send to 64,000 is dependent on how much. If you only want to spend $5, you can spend $5 and that will boost it to those 64,000 people. Okay, the size of the audience you're marketing to doesn't influence the cost. You get to choose how much you want to spend. So I usually I'll boost a post for $20. Stuart, I'm not, oh yeah, sorry, I answered that one. David, I will get to the schema in a second. I just want to make sure I finish covering the Facebook stuff. What is that stat counter app? John, it's just a service that I use to track stats on my site. It's statcounter.com. Brian, is StatCounter better than Clicky? I don't know. I don't use Clicky. I just use StatCounter. There's all kinds of traffic stuff, guys, that you can use, traffic stats, and it's up to you which one you want to use. Kevin, can your affiliate links vary per country? Are they geo-responsive? No, but that's actually a really great feature suggestion. The affiliate thing, guys, like we wanted it in there, and from V2 to V3 we updated it. We made it a little better in V3 with the reporting and stuff like that. But as I'm using it more and more, I'm realizing how effective it is and how much use I have in it. I literally track everything. Okay, there's actually the Facebook sharing thing alone. Okay, and let me show you guys how to set that up. If you go to edit the short code, this is kind of the same screen you'll see when you set up a short code. Okay, you have to put in the short code name, the title, like basically the clickable text. This is what you click, you know. Okay, you can change the title, and then you add the URL. And then the 3 metrics of each of our short codes that we have is, do you want your link when clicked on to open in a new window? I always say yes. Do you want it to become a no-follow link? I always say yes. Because when I'm pasting outbound links on my website for affiliate programs, I don't want them to send any juice. I just want people to click on them and leave the site, but I don't want to lose my juice. So I always make them a no follow. And then it's this one right here in particular, guys, masking the URL. So this is what my affiliate link actually is. It's that big, ugly, you know, crap affiliate link. When we mask it, okay, it turns into a link that looks like this. So let me grab it and open it on a notepad. Okay. Actually, I'll grab both. Okay, this is PSv3 masked. Looks like that. Okay. Non-masked. Okay. Looks like this. Oops, I'm grabbing too much. Let me just copy the link address. Okay, so there's the actual affiliate link that Quadriga gives me. And then when I mask it with Project Supremacy, here's what the link looks like. Okay, it's a how to make money with Bitcoin link, PS redirect 50. But there's products out there, guys, that, so like I said, I can post this on social media, and what it will actually show is the Quadriga CX landing page. It won't show anything about how to make money with Bitcoin. And there's products out there that do just that function on its own. So as we as I start testing things and using things, I'm finding that the use of the affiliate linking for affiliate marketing is huge. It's absolutely awesome. It's an awesome product. And I really do like, Kevin, your suggestion about geo-modifying it. We would have to do a lot of custom coding, but I understand why you, like, for instance, if CoinMama, didn't work in certain countries, I wouldn't want them to go to the CoinMama site. I might want them to go to some other site based on their geographic IP. It's a great suggestion, Kevin, and we'll definitely write it down. Guys, I will not answer any questions about USI Tech on this webinar. That's not what this is about at all. John, is there an upgrade price from V2 to V3? We released, John, we emailed the schnot out of you guys and gave 3 different pricing options. The first one was obviously the cheapest for the fast actors. Then we did a smaller intake a second time. And right now we're into our 3rd. And the price right now is the cheapest it's going to be before we launch. So if you want to grab it, John, the pricing and stuff is on v3.projectsupremacy.com. But to answer your question, we already did the cheapest pricing and emailed the shit out of it. So you definitely want to check your emails. When we first release our products, guys, we always give it to our existing customers at the absolute cheapest that we can. It helps us recoup our programming costs and our time to build it, and it gives you guys the opportunity to pick up our stuff before it gets like public pricing, right? So it's still the cheapest it's going to be. The prices will rise again, but we're not advertising it. It is open right now for sale, guys. We're just not advertising it on a mass scale, right? So we'll tell you guys about that, but we don't really do anything other than that. And that answers your question too, Gregory. Yeah, sorry guys, let me do that. I'll put a link in the box if you guys want to grab it. Okay. And for anyone that can't see that link, this is, if you do like what you're seeing and you don't have it and you want to grab it, let me get rid of this shit. There's your link. Simple, v3.projectsupremacy.com. Actually, I'll make it even easier there. How does the new feature for affiliate links compare to the WordPress plugin Pretty Link Pro? I'd have to really know the ins and outs of Pretty Link Pro, Walt, to know the difference. I did use Pretty Link Pro in the past, but I can't remember how much I loved it. Well, put it this way, if I'm not using the schnot out of it, it's probably because I didn't love it. The more I use Project Supremacy, the more I love the affiliate link thing. Because even I'm still learning how to use a lot of the features that we're building and how to, because there's a lot of, the thing is here, guys, okay, so Todd and I decide on every feature of the plugin. You guys give us a lot of feedback and we implement that feedback as well. So we are involved in every decision and everything that happens to V3. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we fully understand the scope of the creative ways that V3 can be used. For instance, we were on a SERP webinar a while back and found out that you can use V3 to put in, and the affiliate product, to put in a call to number that creates a big green button. So when people visit your website by mobile phone, and you have the proper V3 affiliate code in there, it actually creates a click to call on their mobile phone. Now, we did not intend for that to happen when we developed V3. But when someone said, have you tried using a click to call number in your affiliate tracking, or in this section in your affiliate products, have you tried it? We're like, no, we tried it and realized, holy shit, we had an unintended benefit of being able to add a click to call URL in our shortcodes, which when your site is visited by someone on a mobile phone, a big green phone call button pops up, which is amazing, right? Once again, there's people that have products that do just that. But we found that out on that call because, and then this whole process of everything that I just showed you guys about social marketing and stuff was really me testing different elements of Project Supremacy V3 and seeing, how can this element work with this element, and how can, this work with this, and it's just been amazing to find out the level of opportunity that exists when you start getting creative with all the options that we did, intentionally put into V3. So it's been awesome. Dottie, should you be using SSL on all your sites? I have it on some, I don't have it on others. It's probably a better decision in the long run to use SSL. Google is definitely going that way. Right now, it's not of utmost importance to me to do it, but I wouldn't recommend not doing it if you can do it. You probably should do it. It just hasn't really hurt me yet. Are there themes that V3 clashes with, and can you use V3 as just a site manager without having to use the SEO features on it? Yes, yes and yes. So there are themes. Okay, guys, somebody tell me a guess. How many WordPress themes exist on the market, do you think? Somebody give me a number. I gotta take a drink of water while you guys are guessing how many WordPress themes exist on the market. John Sisku probably said it right. There's like a bazillion. Okay, a bazillion themes on the market. Everybody else is saying like, you know, hundreds of thousands, and they're right. Rich said there's 40 million alone on the WordPress market. There's absolutely no way, guys, we can guarantee that there won't be some sort of conflict with certain themes with V3, because we just don't own all the code to all the themes, right? So we do the best we can. And as people come in to Project Supremacy V3 and say, hey, you know, this feature isn't working, I'm having a theme clash, we can look at it and try and update things. For instance, I know Aveda works flawlessly, and I love Aveda. The more I run all Project Supremacy websites, so like the projectsupremacy.com website and the ServTech, websites, all the front end websites, I personally use Aveda on, and it's quickly become my favorite theme. It does work flawlessly with Project Supremacy. Another one is Divi, okay? For instance, how to make money with Bitcoin, this site that I'm showing you guys this on is running Divi and Project Supremacy V3. But there are certain things that Divi and V3 kind of collide on. One of them is when you're typing into, let's go and take an example. When you're typing into any post or page in the SEO box, right down here, okay? Certain letters, how to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Looks like it's fixed. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, it looks like it's fixed. It's fixed. But in the past, I've seen certain letters, because what Divi has, guys, is keyboard shortcuts to launch different functions of Divi, and it was interfering with when Project Supremacy was, when you were doing like title updates or description updates in your SEO box, those keyboard shortcuts would activate in Divi, and that was a problem for some people. The solution to that, guys, was simply deactivate the Divi theme, come in, change your title, description, however you want, and then just reactivate the Divi, and it worked. But now it looks like it's working. The other thing that I noticed, just to show you guys, is when I'm using the Divi builder. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm hating Divi more and more. I know I recommended it for a while, but the more I use it, the more I hate it. And the number one reason I hate Divi now is because when you use a Divi builder, so for instance, let's go into this post. Okay. No, that's not a good example. I didn't use Divi builder. Let's see, the Big Bang. Or this one. Let's see if I did Divi builder here. Okay, so the problem, guys, right now, I used the Divi builder to create this post. If I were to switch my theme from Divi to Aveda, I actually lose my friggin' post. And that's bullshit. I can't believe Divi did this. If you create a post in Divi builder, you are stuck to Divi, unless you manually go in to the post, grab the code, and then reset it. Whereas most other themes, like Aveda, if I had built this post with the Aveda builder and then I wanted to switch to Thrive themes, it would switch flawlessly and the post would still be there. But with Divi, as soon as you use the Divi builder, that's it. You're stuck with Divi. For that reason, I'm no longer recommending Divi. And now to the issue with why I want to get away with Divi on this particular site. Because when I click on this to start editing my text when V3's on, see how it came up blank here? It looks like I lost my post, but I didn't. I have to do it a couple times to get it to load. Now there it is. Now this time it loaded. This is a V3 and a Divi, what do you call it? Like a conflict. And we're gonna try and fix it because I know Divi's really, really popular. For now, all I have to do is just load it a couple times until it eventually loads. But in the long term, I want to get away from Divi. Okay, I like Project Supremacy far more than I like Divi. So I'm going to just go to a different theme. I also like Aveda far more than I like Divi. So I'd rather have Project Supremacy than Divi, personally. So I'm going to get rid of Divi eventually. So that kind of answers your question, Reggie. Are there themes that clash? Yes, there are. We cannot help that just because there's billions of themes. Your second part of your question was, can you use just the site manager, okay, this part, without using the SEO features of Project Supremacy? Absolutely you can, okay? All you'd have to do is turn off PSv3 for all your pages and posts and stuff. Just don't use it, okay? So like right here, you can see SEO is disabled for all those posts and pages. So you do not have to use the SEO functions of V3. But long-term, Reggie, I'll tell you this. Why would you want to use multiple tools when you can only use one? You know what I mean? V3 does have the ability. I'll show you guys this. And it might be for some people that that are like, well, I don't want to transfer all my work from Yoast over to Project Supremacy, or I don't want to transfer all my, you know, like I have all this SEO settings. We'll show you guys this. In your dashboard, when you install the plugin, there's a migration tab, guys. Okay, and if you own V2 and you want to migrate all your V2 shit over to V3, you just click the buttons. Right now, I don't have V2 activated, so you don't see it, but there's options here. It'll say, do you want your SEO settings moved over? Do you want your affiliate links moved over? Do you want your schemas moved over? And you just click yes, 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 and click go. And then boom, it imports all your V2 shit into V3. But that also goes for SEO plugins like Yoast and All-in-One. It's one-click migration of every setting from that SEO plugin into Project Supremacy SEO. Yeah, it's migration for V2, Yoast, and All-in-One. We might put Platinum in there as well. And my whole thing, guys, is I don't like using multiple tools. I like using one tool. Project Supremacy, to me now, it does everything I need it to do. V1, Charles, is like, all V1 was the project planner, and we don't even look at that anymore. We don't even update that. Don't confuse V2 with V1 either. V2 was V1 was before I met Todd, and it was no good. The idea was good, but the execution was bad. I met Todd, we've released V2 together, and then now V3, which is V3. The difference basically between V2 and V3, guys, V2 gives you the centralized dashboard. V3 is just a plugin. John, can you provide us with a cheat sheet for how to move all our sites from V2 to V3, or do we just go through them one by one? What you can do, John, is get a list. So right here, if you have V2 and V3, John, all you have to do to get it updated to V3, is go to the websites tab, go to add a website, and then add from CSV. Okay, and then this is the format you're going to want in your CSV. Include the whole URL with the correct path to your login, comma, username, comma, password. Upload that CSV. What this will do is upload the Project Supremacy V3 plugin to all your sites that have V2 on them. Okay, so that's the quick way to get V3 onto all your sites. Then, unfortunately, yes, you do have to go through one by one. Use your WordPress direct admin login. Log into your site and then do that process. Go to your dashboard, migration, and then click yes, 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 execute, and then it migrates all your V2 to V3 data. So if that was 100 sites, yeah, it might take you a couple hours. If it's like 10 sites, it'll only take you a couple minutes. But that's the quickest way to migrate everything from V2 over to V3. Rich, V3 like V2, where I can copy and paste the HTML code generated. Rich, you might have asked another question in relation to that, and I'm not sure what it was. Can you type, Rich McDonald, can you type your whole question again one more time so that I can answer it? Because I don't quite understand what that's in reference to. Craig, I have 5 sites that are running V2. Do I just continue using that with those sites, or do I need to update? Okay, you don't need to update, Craig. There's additional functionality in V3 that V2 doesn't have. And the easiest way to explain it, V2 is a plugin that you come in and you do things on the plugin on your site, right? You can do little schema builds. You still have the affiliate. You basically have all the same shit on V2 that V3 has on the plugin side, but we upgraded everything. We actually built V3 from the ground up again, okay? So the difference between V2 and V3, V2 is a plugin only. You have to log into your WordPress blog to do anything in Project Supremacy V2, right? Including when you install V2, you have to, if there's any API keys, you have to manually update your API key for every plugin version every single time. V3 functionality improves on every single aspect of the plugin, but the big addition is the central dashboard, okay? V3 is a central dashboard. So now you can manage all your WordPress blogs from one site, okay? Plus we built a better schema editor. We built the tagging, like the WordPress management functionalities. We built the rank tracker. Like there's so much more functionality in the centralized app than there was in V2. Yes, Bruce, that's the theme I like now, Aveda on Theme Fusion. Do you need to keep V2? Kind of the same answer, Lois. You can keep V2. We're going to keep supporting V2, making sure that it's always working. Okay, we're just not going to upgrade it anymore. It's always going to work though. V3 is now where things are being upgraded and improved upon. Steve, can you easily go from PSv3 to Yoast? No. Yoast does not have functionality to pull from V3 into Yoast. We do have the ability to pull from Yoast into V3 though. Yoast doesn't probably know we exist or care, so. Alex Bick, you're using a Facebook pixel for your abandoned shopping cart. So if you use our V3 script to cover the whole website, is there a way we can eliminate a page not to use the script? Yeah, actually I wanted to cover that. Thank you for asking that. Okay, back to that script, guys. Number one, when I said you want to put your Facebook pixel on every page, you do it right here. This is a global setting, meaning every time you create, it will apply itself to all old pages and posts, as well as any new pages and posts you make on your site will actually have this script in it. Now, can you turn off the global setting? Yes, you can. Go to any post or any page. Okay, and we'll go to this how to buy Ripple one. Okay, and then what you'll do is you'll scroll down to the Project Supremacy on-page SEO box, okay? And in the scripts tab, you can choose to render the global script or not, meaning, do I want to include the global script? Yes. Do I not want to include the global script? No. So there you go. And then, of course, if you want to, this scripts tag is per post or per page. Remember, guys, we're always going to have two functionalities of every feature. One is going to be a global functionality, okay, and that's going to be from your dashboard. So anything that you're doing on your dashboard or in your SEO settings here, these are global functionalities, meaning they're going to be applied to every page and post of your site. But if you need to override global functionality for a single page or post functionality, all these same features also exist in every post and page under the PS SEO box, which you can edit and make page specific elements. Okay, so we've definitely thought of that. So there's your social, there's your schema, there's your scripts. Yeah, John, if you don't know, you have all your sites are on V3, so you just don't remember upgrading. That's awesome. Mike, V3 does not allow no index, no follow for tags and category pages. Actually, yes, it does, Mike. If you go to V3 SEO settings, okay, we have post types, post page, blah, 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 blah. Okay, right here, don't index and follow is the settings for that. Same thing with taxonomies. You can turn on no index, but follows for those as well. And then the miscellaneous types, there it is, no index, no follow. Herc, what do you suggest to do in terms of speeding up our sites? Does V3 do anything to help? No, V3 doesn't do anything to help you speed up your sites. It's not really meant for that. I could tell you that another big difference between V2 and V3 plugin is a lot smaller in file size than what V2 was, because in V2 we had all the functionality built into the code of the plugin that existed on your server, on your site. So that includes all the schema that we had built for V2, our schema builder. That code basically goes onto every plugin and every site that you load it onto. So it became very bloated and very big. With V3, all the actual functionality exists on our servers, right? So that we can speed things up. Or on Todd's servers, he's got a big old server farm there with like 6 badass Dell servers. So we're running off of that, so that when you install the plugin on your site, it's a lot lighter and a lot faster. It's communicating with the app rather than storing all that data on your site. So it's faster that way. But to answer your question more specifically, no, we don't do anything with improving your page speed, load times, and shit like that. It could be a feature suggestion, but all it would be would be suggestions. You should do this, you should do that. The one thing I can say that we do have is this system status tab. It gives you information about your server environment. So I would read this stuff, and maybe if you see something problematic here, you can fix that. John, in the dashboard for sites that say V3 is disabled, do we need to go to the site to re-enable it? Yeah. So if you have, okay, there's also a tag too, guys. If you start getting a lot of sites, okay, there's a couple tags that we have that are default. They're always going to be there. You can't get rid of them. Number one, what sites have I put in, but I haven't tagged it yet. So there you go. I have one site, Omaha Police Union. I need to tag that. So there you go. I know it's a PBN, but now I have to go search where I'm hosting it and where I'm registering it. Another tag, okay, let's close that. Another tag is not indexed. If you want to see sites that aren't indexed in Google, you can click the not indexed tag, and that will show you indexations in Google. And that's this right here. Okay, it shows you indexed or not indexed. And then the final one is deactivated. This plugin is deactivated on WordPress. I'd have to go to each of these sites. So I have like 11 where the plugin's deactivated. I'd have to do it manually, because that means the communication between our central app and your site is for some reason closed. So I would have to go visit the site manually and reactivate the plugin. Rich, version 2 has HTML code that I use on non-WordPress sites. V3 is the same. Okay, I think you're talking about Schema, Rich. So V2, we had an add-on where you could create schema that you could copy and paste over for HTML sites. With V2, it's a lot better because now what you can do, if I go into the schema editor, and maybe I'll transition into schema now. What we do is we build our schemas in the central dashboard, and then we push them out. There, see, that was actually Project Supremacy V3 just said, I updated your custom stuff pet site for you. So now it's in my Dropbox. Cool that that happened while we were on. Let me just get my brain back here for a second. What was your question? Okay, yeah, V2, we had a schema builder for HTML sites. V3, even though on the sales page it says you can, like if you buy the 500 site package, you can do schema for 500 sites. What that actually means is you can build schema here in the editor and push them out to those 500 sites all from this place. But what it doesn't say, and we should say it, is that you could build schema for unlimited non-WordPress based sites with this. So like for instance, if I go to this how do I make money with Bitcoin site, you can see I built schema for this site. Okay, so like BitClub Network, for instance, let's look at our schema for this. Okay, and then I'm only gonna look at the active schema properties that I have going. Then what I can do is actually render that schema. When I click render schema, it builds the code for me. Now this code, I can copy it and apply it to non-WordPress sites. So HTML sites, anything I want. And I can do that for as many sites as I want, right? So there's no limitations on the amount of sites you could build schema for if they're non-WordPress sites within Project Supremacy. You can feel free to build schema to your heart's content. The other thing, guys, about that is the amount of schema that V2 or V3 has. I'm going to scroll through our schema types. Okay, these right here in the top left are the schema types. Let me scroll and show you what we have. See how fast I'm moving? We literally have like 95% of the schema.org database available for you guys to use. And yes, it does render in JSON LD. And you can see that right here, at the script type and schema type, JSON LD. John, do you recommend not using Yoast if we have PSv3? Ultimately, yes, I guess I do. I mean, I do. I did use Yoast before, but I'm obviously going to give you a biased answer here, John. I think that Project Supremacy, I just like consolidating products. Like if I can use one product that performs all the actions of like the 7 old products that I used to use, I prefer that. And Project Supremacy does a damn good job at everything. So now, guys, the #1 plugin I put on all my new sites is V3. It's the first thing I put on because it literally does everything that I need it to do now. Okay, and if I'm running a PBN, it would be V3 and Spider Spanker. That's it. Can you show us how to get stars working in Google listings? Yeah, that's more schema. So, for instance, okay, so let's look at a site that has stars in Google. So BitClub network review, okay? And then the third position is this site, how to make money with Bitcoin Net. You should be familiar with that URL because that's what I've been showing you all day. And we have a 5-star rating of 3 votes. So let's go look at that page and see what's there. Okay, I've proved that Google has it. Okay, now where is those star ratings coming from, first of all? Okay, right here, guys. Okay, we have this little box that allows people to submit their own reviews if they wish to do it. Okay, there it is. What's your name? What's the title of your review? Leave your review. Where do you live? And how many stars you want to get? And we can submit a review. So let's, if anyone wants to submit one right now, go ahead and I'll show you how, yeah, somebody go to this site here. I'm going to pop this in to your chat box. And I want to show you guys how reviews come in and I'll show you how to build them to answer your question, Samuel. Where's my chat box? Where'd you go? One sec, guys. I just got to find the chat box. Oh, there it is. Okay, somebody go to this URL and submit a review, okay? So when you get to this URL, scroll to the bottom of the page and then click on the submit your review button. Now, let's back this up all the way from the point that I showed you that I do have star ratings in Google and how I got there. We'll work backwards, okay? So #1, I had to put a review collection box on the page to collect reviews, okay? So let's go into the page editor and show you that. You booted me. I don't know if I should work backwards or forwards here, actually. I'll work backwards and then I'll summarize forwards is what I'll do. Okay, there's my PSv3 reviews box. So I did have to add the code to the website in order to do it. So let's look at that. And then I'll show you where it came from each step of the way. See, there's that. This is why I want to get rid of Divi. It's not cooperating with me as much as I'd like. So if I go to the visual, let me
there you are. You're back.
You see it?
No, I lost your sound for a moment.
Oh.
Maybe it was just me, but I was just letting you know. Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay, there they are, guys. Okay, so it's short codes, right? I just had to put in these short codes. Now, let's review quickly again. I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to open up Google again. BitClub Network Review. Okay, there's a keyword, BitClub Network Review. There's my site ranking with ratings. Okay, how did I get the ratings? I had to put a box on my site in order to collect the ratings. How did I put that box on my site? I created short codes to put the box on. where did I get the short codes? Okay, let's back that up. The short codes came from, I'll do these in order. So that I'll summarize it backwards first and then we'll go forwards after that. So let's go to edit this post. Shut up. Oh, for Christ's sakes. You're a cookie. Okay, so that was a page. I'll go to the page. Bit Club Network review. Okay, so there's the page, obviously. I forgot where we were. So I added short codes. Where did I get the short codes? Okay, Product Supremacy V3 reviews. Okay, I'm gonna go to this tab and see here, it's where it says short codes, guys. Okay, use this short code to display the review widget where users can leave you reviews. Awesome, okay. There's another short code here. Use this one to display the reviews that are actually left by the user. So there's two. This collects reviews, this displays reviews, right? This collects reviews, this displays reviews. Now, there's little options within each one, okay? Like aggregate rating, shows the aggregate. I'm not gonna go over this, there's just options. I'll show you them quickly. What I want it to do is if I have more than 5 reviews, I only want it to display 2 at a time because I want to save space on my page. But if I want to show more, I have this little show more button and now I can display them all, okay? I also want to show the average review rating on the box, okay? So I have options to be able to do that. Now, that's one option, is short codes. The other option, guys, if I wanted to display reviews, is a widget. We also have a Project Supremacy widget to collect reviews, okay? So I'll go to a different page and show you a different option. And I'm gonna get detailed here, so just stay with me, okay? This is the short code. Here, let me shut this guy up because he's talking in my ear. This is the short code, guys, a WordPress short code, or widget, sorry, WordPress widget to collect reviews. And this is a WordPress widget to display reviews. So you can either use short codes on your posts and pages, or you can use widgets on your sidebar. You have options, okay? Now let's go back to, so that's how I got them to display the review collection. Okay, so let me summarize. There's the stars, okay? There's the page collecting the reviews. And then there's the place where I put the short codes. And this is where I got the information about the short codes. Now, all this though is run on Schema, okay? Something called aggregate rating. So I had to build Schema. So let me show you this. So let's go to our Schema editor, okay? And I'm gonna go to, I'll close this up here. I'm gonna go to how to make money with Bitcoin because that's the site that I built the schema for, okay? And I'm gonna go to product and I'm gonna go to Bit Club Network. And then I'm gonna go to aggregate rating for Bit Club Network. Now we have lessons on this, guys. This isn't gonna be a lesson on how to build this because you can go to the v3.projectsupremacy.com schema bit and it's a 2-hour lesson on how to do what I'm doing here, okay? But basically the review that's important, or the piece of schema that's important in order to display stars on Google, okay, this comes from inserting schema, is this one right here. It's called aggregate rating, okay? So I'll show you that. There it is, okay? Now, what I do is I go and I create that page and I put all the boxes on there, okay? So that I can collect reviews and display reviews. But the last step is I have to apply schema to that page. I have to supply the background code for Google to give it the schema. So what we do is once I built it here, there's 2 ways I can assign that schema to that post or the page. Number 1, okay, is I can go to the website itself. So how to make money with Bitcoin. And I can go into the management of the website, okay, because we build the schema here and then we go over here to assign the schema. So then what I do is, okay, I need to do a specific schema on a specific page. So it's saying, what page do I need? Okay, Bit Club Network, let's do a search, Bit Club. There it is, okay. you can see Bit Club Network products. So these are the available schemas that I built over on the schema builder, but I need the Bit Club Network schema product, and there it is, and I would just drag it over. Okay, that's all I have to do is drag it over. Once it's dragged over, let's go back to the page and I'll show you what happens. Actually, I can show you in 2 places. Okay, once it's dragged over, we can do a perform validation to see if the schema is there, so I'll do that. Okay, so it's validating my schema, and I'll show you this on what this process is actually doing on the site. I'll show you what it's actually doing elsewhere, but it's basically, it's a Google schema checker. And it's running a little slow. There we go. Okay, valid schema is detected. That means I have error-free schema on the page, and if I have error-free schema on the page, I now have the ability to collect reviews and display them, and then finally the reviews that are collected and displayed populate the fact that I have 3 votes and a rating of 5. Okay, so let me back up, because I said I was going to show you 2 ways to assign that schema. Number 1 was in the app. Okay, I went to the How to Make Money with Bitcoin website manager inside of the Project Supremacy V3 app. I went over to schema. I went to per page schema. I selected the page that I want the schema that I built to be assigned to. I selected the schema that I wanted and I dragged it over. That put the schema on the page. It's kind of like a copy and paste. It's just a less copy and paste way to do it. Okay, that's way number 1. Way number 2 that I could have done that, okay, is instead of in the app, I go to the actual page on my site that I want to assign the schema for. Okay, after it's built, remember you have to build the schema first. Then I go to the site, I come down to my Project Supremacy page control, I click on schema, okay, and I click this assign schemas. Okay, and it says what schema do you want to add? I'm going to look for Bit Club. There it is, Bit Club Network brand. I assign it. And then what happens when it's assigned, it shows up here. Then I can render or preview it. There it is. And I can also validate it. So that's same thing, guys, just in 2 different places that I showed you there. Now I'll show you both of those processes using our validation schema. What it's actually doing in the background, okay, is it's doing this. So we're going to go to structured data testing tool. Okay, and this is a tool by Google. Okay, so it's saying give me a URL to read your schema. So we're going to give them the URL of the page. So I'm going to copy that address. I'll say, okay, and I'm going to say run the test. So what it's doing is it's going to that page and saying, do you have schema on here? If you do, does it have any errors? If there's not, thumbs up. If there is, here's the errors you have. It's the exact same process, okay? So there we go, 0 errors on my product, and there's my schema, okay? And you can see the reviews that I have. And that's what creates the stars, error-free aggregate rating schema for a product, okay? This thing that I just showed you with the Google Structured Data Testing tool is the exact same thing that I showed you right here. When I click Validate Schema, all it's really doing is the same process that Google's actually doing. We're using Google to validate your schema. And I showed you 2 different places. Now, the last thing I'll show you about this, remember earlier when I said to you guys, go start submitting reviews on that page, okay? So let's go to the page. Because remember, once you have all the functionality, all this, what do you call it, the infrastructure in place to collect reviews, you won't get the stars in Google until people are actually submitting reviews, right? So you have to build the schema, assign the schema to the page, put a review collection box on the page, and then put a review display box on the page. Those are the 4 items that you have to do in order to get this. Once that's done, okay, there we go. There's our review collection box. You can see right now, I have 3 reviews on average, giving me a 5 out of 5 rating. But then I also said to you guys, go and submit some reviews, right? Now, where do I see the reviews coming in? There's a couple places that we can do this. Number 1, I'm going to go back to my dashboard. Your dashboard is an overview of everything that's going on your site. Reviews, you can see right here. There's some new reviews for how to make money with Bitcoin.net. Okay, this is a mega cool article. So there's only one right now. So what I'm going to do is there's probably more. So I'm going to go to the website. So the dashboard just hasn't run its cron yet for that site. So I'm actually going to go to the second place I can look at it. I'm going to go to websites. I'm going to type in how to make. Okay, there it is. I'm going to go into the management for how to make money with Bitcoin. I'm going to click on reviews. Okay, and I'm going to synchronize. Remember, synchronizing forces that whole synchronization between the site. Nobody submitted a review, whatever, it doesn't matter. So here I see Marco submitted a review that says this is a mega cool article. Okay, now what can I do with that? A couple things. I can delete it. I can edit it. Okay, this is a mega cool article. Thanks for now. This is an ethical issue. If you guys want to edit your reviews, you can. It's up to you though if you feel good or bad about doing it. Also, maybe Marco only gave me a 3 and I want to turn it to a 5. Now that's up to you. We're just giving you the option to do whatever you want. Okay, so let's say I like the review. I'm gonna click approve the review. Okay, and then the review now is approved. Approved. Okay, and then it'll show up. Now you guys didn't submit any reviews on this page, so nothing's gonna change on this page. But if you had, give me a 1 if somebody submitted a review on this page. Let me see. Okay, I didn't get any ones. No one submitted a review, so I'll do it. What's my name? Let's call myself Beef Jerky. And what's the title of my review? This is so rad, man. And then what's my review? Blah, 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 blah. And where do I live? I live up in Edmonton, and I want to give it a 4-star. Okay, I'll submit my review. Thank you for leaving a review. It'll appear once we know it's not spam. Okay. Couple places I can check for it. This is kind of a review, guys. A review of me doing a review. So I'll go to dashboard, how to make money with Bitcoin. Look at that. Beef Jerky left me a review. Okay, I can edit it, approve it. That's one place I can check. I can go into the actual website from the app, check for it there. How to make. Okay. Let's go to manage website and we'll go to reviews. Nope, there it is. Okay, Beef Jerky. I can check for it there. Third place I can check for it, I can go to Project Supremacy, the actual website, go to Project Supremacy reviews, look at the reviews that are in, and there he is, Beef Jerky. Okay, and I can approve it, edit it, or delete it from either one of those 3 places. So let's just approve it. Okay, it's now approved. And we're gonna go back to the website now. Actually, let's go back to the website. Okay, so now that I've approved that, remember we only had 3 reviews before, guys, and a 5 rating, but now we have 4 reviews. There's Beef Jerky from Edmonton that left me only a 4-star. It brought my aggregate rating count down to a 4.75. So now, when Google comes along and recrawls my site, okay, that Google listing that you saw will automatically update to the actual review count. So that was a long answer to your question, Mike. I believe it was Mike who asked it. Lots to do. That's how you do reviews. Full details and full training, guys, about all of that. Once again, you see why it takes 2 hours to shoot a video now? On each feature of the plugin. I didn't even cover anything about WP management and security really, but yeah. Schema, guys, Schema is how you do reviews. That's why everything takes so long. There's so much features in the plugin, it takes long to explain them all.
Yeah, absolutely. But we will be doing more of these in the near future. Any last burning question you want to get to? I'm going to have to run here in the next couple of minutes. I think that was.
I could keep going here, Todd. I wouldn't mind it.
Okay, you guys want to hang out with Herc a little longer?
Because there's a whole bunch of questions that I haven't even got to.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, if I don't make it back before you guys take off, I will see you guys next time. Bye,
okay.
Gav. See you, man. I'm just gonna.
Guys, don't leave your webinar yet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I guess I can end it and stuff.
Cool. I'll call you tonight, Herc.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Let me go back up. And let me make sure Todd is muted too. Sounds like he's muted. Yeah, he is. Okay. Whew. God, that was a long answer to a short question. Okay, now I'm finding my spot. John, Mike, Brian, Nelly, John says every feature I explain makes him say, "Holy shit, that's cool." Yeah, there's a lot, guys. If you didn't attend any of those V3 Project Supremacy V3 webinars on this page, v3.projectsupremacy.com, you'll be blown away at the features. But like really, guys, the quick way to see the amount of features is right here. This is PSv3. This is all the features that this plugin has. It's just a shit ton, just an absolute shit ton. Nick Rutland, you're waiting for support for a while. Did you submit your support to, oh God, what is it? The chat support in V3. And if you have, just put another note in there, please, because I can't cover support on the webinar. But if you have, just put in another note on that support and that'll bump it back up and I'll take a look at it after the webinar. Tim, can you use V3 to create Google product reviews and e-commerce sites? Yes, 100% you can. What I just showed you, that whole rigmarole that I showed you for a schema for this site, what it was a product review type schema for a company called BitClub Network. Okay, so I created a brand. I'll show you all the schema that we built for that site actually. Or for that page, I should say, not that site, that page. Okay, so it was on the site, how to make money with Bitcoin. We created a product review for a company called BitClub Network. We also did another one separately for USI Tech. So you can see, so BitClub Network was a company that had a product and that I wanted to advertise. So what I did is I created an aggregate rating schema, as well as a thing schema, as well as a brand schema, as well as a full-on brand, okay, with an aggregate rating for how to make, oh, sorry, that's for this site. So this product schema is the top level schema, and all these schemas are schemas that fall within it. So product, if I load just like the BitClub Network product, okay, and what I'll do is I'll use this little eyeball. So first of all, when I load product schema, you can see this is the schema type that I'm building. Okay, I'm gonna advertise a product on my site. It has a lot of properties, schema properties within the product type. So these are all of them, right? Now I only use certain ones. I don't use all of them. Okay, so if I fill out certain ones, if I want to get rid of the stuff that I'm not using, I can use this little button up here to show or hide the empty properties. So there I've hidden everything I'm not using to only show what I did use. You can see I only use like 7 elements of the product schema. Aggregate rating and brand, you can see they display a little bit differently than these ones because brand and aggregate rating are sub-schemas of a product. So product was the top level, and that's why we use this hierarchy tree. So I have BitClub Network product, but then I have an aggregate rating for that product, and that product has a thing involved in it. So I'm not explaining this very well right now. On the other one, I explained it a lot better. But basically, the top level has all this schema in it. Okay, and that would be your answer, Tim. Yes, you can create as much schema on a single website for every product that you want just by building it correctly. Do you have any suggestions to speed up our sites? John says WP Rocket's a good plugin for that. I have no, I don't worry about speeding up my sites yet. Mike, is there a video in the members area on upgrading V2 to V3? No, because it's not an upgrade. V2 and V3 are different products. V3 added on the functionality of the central dashboard, okay? And if you want to look at all that, it's v3.projectsupremacy.com. excuse me, Mike, what decides if the picture of your website shows up on the dashboard or just a blackout in each box? Actually, Mike, every time it should be an image. We actually just built a separate server just to collect those images. So it should show every time. If it's not showing, just resync your site. Okay, so he's talking about this right here, guys. Sorry, on the websites tab. You can see that some of these have a little picture of the website and some are grayed out. This just happened in version 3.032 that we added the new server to collect and host these images. So number one, make sure you're running the latest version of the plugin, okay, and that should fix the issue. If it doesn't, this little refresh button will refresh your screenshot of your site, okay? John, yes, it's JSON LD. John, when you try to get the review shortcode, you get a PHP version error. You're on PHP 7. Do we need to back down to a lower PHP version? I'm assuming you're talking about. I don't think that shortcode should throw a PHP error. You'd have to submit a support ticket on that one, John. We'd have to really look at it. Dottie, what do you do if someone decides to load you up with bad reviews? Well, that's the way we. Okay, so V2. The reviews came in and you didn't really have any choice whether they displayed or not. So for V3, we changed that. All reviews come into a queue first, okay? Now, you can see right now I have no pending reviews, but they all come into a queue. And then you decide which ones you want to show and which ones you don't. The most ethical people in the world will allow everyone to say anything they want and truly display their true reviews. But we all know that unethical people, or I shouldn't say unethical people, because there's a lot of asshats out there that are just going to be like, I hate you, I hate your products, I have never used them, but you're pieces of shit, and they'll leave you a 0 review. Well, you can defend yourself against that with Project Supremacy by just not approving that review and just deleting it. So the answer, Dottie, is everything goes in a queue. If you don't like the review, just delete it. Terry, if you did the schema in PSv3 and then remove PSv3 from your site, do you lose the schema? If you permanently delete the plugin, yeah, it'll remove the schema. PSv3 is now a bridge connection between, there's almost like 3 bridges, okay? Number one, the central dashboard connects to your site, and then the plugin, okay, that's on your site connects to a database in your server. So when you guys are going and building schema and building SEO on your pages and your posts and assigning them to your site, it does build a database on your site. And you can do a couple of things with that. You can delete the database and remove, when you delete Project Supremacy, it permanently deletes that database and all that work is gone forever. The other thing you can do is just turn PSv3 off, and all that will do is sever the connection to the database, meaning all the information is still there. It just won't display until you turn Project Supremacy back on. Hopefully that answers your question, Terry. And we actually did that to show you that actually more in detail. So if I go to a website like that, well, let's just continue on with the Bitcoin site, how to make money. Okay, if I go into my manage website on the app, remember I'm on projectsupremacyapp.com right now, V3. Right here, we have a couple of options. We can do a safe remove, which is a safe delete of the plugin, but the data won't be deleted from your website, so that if you reinstall the plugin, all the data repopulates. We also have a wipe everything feature, which is a permanent delete of the plugin and all the data in the database on your site, okay? We also have the ability to, so right here, this is the WordPress site for how to make money with Bitcoin. But if I go into my app and I hide the plugin, I can click on hide. Okay. When I refresh this page, you can see Project Supremacy disappears. Oops, I probably got booted there. So there you go. Okay. Project Supremacy isn't even showing up anymore. It's still there. It's still serving all the schema. It's still serving all the SEO. It's just not showing. Nobody can come in and configure it. That's useful for if you have a client, okay? If you install Project Supremacy on their website and you don't want them to see the work you're doing, you would just come to your app and hide the plugin. And then when you want to work on it, click on Show Plugin, okay? And then refresh. It will show back up. There it is. now you can come in and do all the work you need to do. Alternatively, you could just always keep it hidden and do the work from here, because you could do a lot of SEO and stuff to their sites right from the manager of the website. But those just give you the options. You can also deactivate the plugin. The nice thing too about this, guys, is you can do this all remotely. So if a client takes away your WordPress username and password for a bad reason, you could still come and wipe it or hide it or whatever. Yeah, hide plugin's really nice. Let me go back to the next question. Natalie, aggregate rating. I heard that harvesting reviews needs to happen slowly or Google will spank you. Is that your experience? No, it's not. When I'm building a money site that I care about now, guys, I put the review box up and I allow people that visit the site to actually submit reviews. I don't fake the reviews. For SERP tech sites, I fake the reviews. Tim, can you use anyone's review collection box, or can the review schema be used along with a specialist review collection system? Not quite sure I understand what you mean, Tim Glynn. With Project Supremacy, to build aggregate rating, you need to use the Project Supremacy collection box. Okay, Project Supremacy is V3 is kind of like Apple. It's proprietary. It only works with itself, or it's best used with itself. Do you have to use your review box, or can the review schema be used along with this? Same question. Sorry, I just read that twice. Think about the power and the leverage this feature alone for clients. Yeah, it's huge. Since we are on Schema, can you go over the roofer doing jobs in multiple cities? And the question, yeah, sorry, David. So if you have a site with multiple locations and you want to do like a roofer, it's typically, so what you would do is go to Schema, okay? And we did this a lot. So like Asbestos Law Pro, for instance, is a SERP tech site that has a lot of, actually, that wasn't the one we did it on. What was it? Garage Door. Basically, what you would do, okay, I'll just answer this without showing it to you, David, because I do have it in the training, is you create a local business schema, okay, but then you create a different postal address for each page. So you're actually building a schema for every page, because you need to change the address per page because you have different locations, right? And you're saying for roofer, so you can look for roofer. You can just, any type of schema that you want to put in, you could just like start typing and it'll show you. So there is a roofing contractor schema. So obviously you'd want to use that, right? So there's roofing contractor. So fill in all the schema that you want and create the default roofing contractor schema. Then if you have a second page with a second address, you would just duplicate that and then change the address. Then assign each schema with each address to the appropriate page. If you didn't have a roofing type schema, the next level down would be like local business, right? There it is, local business, or organization. Okay. There it is right there, organization. John, a few more questions. What versions of PHP is supported? Up to the newest version of PHP 7, and I believe the lowest version of PHP that Project Supremacy will work with is like 5. or 4.6, or it's either 4.6 or 5.4. But I'll tell you this: if you're running that old of a version of PHP, you should upgrade to PHP. But we do go greater than 5.3 or less than 5.3 or no 5. Yeah, I think it's 4.6 to be honest with you, but it might be 5.3. Samuel, can your affiliate link help create key phrase links within Facebook? Yeah, if I understand your question correctly, you're kind of back to that other one with Open Graph. When you want to control, when someone shares a link on Facebook of one of the pages of your site, but you want to control how that link looks and what it says and what the description says and what the picture is, that's called Open Graph, right? And if you want to control, if you don't put in any Open Graph Facebook will just grab whatever it thinks is the most appropriate, but oftentimes it doesn't look good and it doesn't read very well. So if you want to control it, you have to use Open Graph, and you can do that through Project Supremacy on-page SEO box, social, and then you can see Facebook OG settings. OG doesn't stand for Original Gangster, it stands for Open Graph, and it's the stuff that Facebook or Twitter wants to see in order to display that properly. We also built a little preview here, but it's a little off on the images. We'll get that fixed. But it'll show you when you create the title, the description, and the image, and then you save your Open Graph properties. That's what will display on Facebook or Twitter when someone shares this particular page or post. And if you want to have the keywords, like the key phrases, you just say whatever you want in the title and the description. That will affect the key phrases that show up. John Reith, you're having issues loading IonCube Loader on some of your sites. That unfortunately is a hosting issue, John. And you're on SiteGround. You'd have to bring that up with them. Mike, can you give your VAs your login for the V3 training? What we'll probably do, guys, and now that you bring it up, I'll show you this. One of the settings we have in V3 is actually for VAs. Okay, so if you go to settings and then you go to where's my sub accounts? Oh, I'm on it. Just go to settings, okay, and account settings. Right here we have sub accounts. Okay, if I wanted to add a new user to sub accounts, so say I had like, you know, some dude like whatever his username, and you create a password for him. Then you can choose which websites you want him to manage, or you can do it by tag. So for instance, I want someone to manage all my PBNs for me. Okay, I could just choose the PBN tag. Here, we'll search for it, PBN, there it is. So then I click PBN. It only loads PBNs, move them over, or select them all. There you go. So this user can only work on those sites, and then of course, you don't want to give them access to downloading your plugin. So then you select what stuff you want to hide from them. So I'm going to hide the download plugin. I'm going to hide the license information. I'm going to hide the rank tracker from them. I'm going to hide the backups from them. And then I'm going to create that sub user. Now, the reason I'm answering it like this is to obviously show you guys that you can create sub users in your V3 account and only give them access to specific sites with specific features. That's already built in. But as far as like the training videos that we're doing right now, we'll probably add another area for all the videos that we're going to upload. And yes, we'll include that into your sub account so that you'll just be able to add the training sub accounts for that user. It's just not here yet. Let me actually get a little notepad going here, guys, because there was 2 really good suggestions that I want today from today's session. So we're going to do upgrade affiliate links by geo, and then we're also going to do sub accounts VA/training. I know it doesn't make sense what I'm writing, but I'll know what it means. Sylvie, the V2 training videos are really good. Could you bring them into V3? Unfortunately, I can't, because V3 and V2 are different. They don't operate the same, so it would not make sense to put V2 training videos into V3. But that's why we're doing these webbies also as well, Sylvie. We're going to start doing these webinars weekly because V3 is so big that we're just going to start going weekly to show you guys all the things it can do. Mike, can deactivate and delete V2 and then install V3. No, I wouldn't do it that way, Mike. What I would do is, if you have V2 already on a site, just install V3 first, then go into your V3 settings, okay, and migrate. So go to V3 dashboard. This is if provided you already have V2 installed. So V2 is already installed. First install V3. Then go into the dashboard, then go to migration, and you'll see that you have V2 already installed, and then you select yes to all the elements you want to migrate, and then click yes, migrate. Then deactivate V2, but do not delete it. Make sure that everything is the way that you want it. Once everything's refreshed and updated in Google and Facebook and all that shit, and you're happy that it's worked, then you can delete V2, and now you're 100% on V3. Tim, if most clients only leave a reviews on Google Direct, are they bad and you have a good one through your system? That would work about it. Google's reviews, so like stuff like people leaving it on Google's side, like if they're reviewing your business, but it's like your Google page, we don't have anything to do with that. Our reviews and our schema is for your websites so that you can collect your own reviews and display them on your website. It doesn't input or import reviews from Facebook or reviews from Google or reviews from anywhere else. It's standalone service. Kevin, can the review box be set up as an exit pop-up? We can put it on the list. No, Brian, there's no one-time pays for V3 because we pay a lot for the APIs and stuff in the background. So this is a recurring product. There's no one-time offer on this. Will your reviews show in Google because of the schema? Yes. Well, not the reviews themselves. Let me go back to that network review. So not the reviews themselves, but you will have the aggregate rating. If you wanted instead a review to show and not the aggregate rating, you could actually do a type of schema just called a review. It's like an actual single review. So like, I'll just type it in here. So review, this schema right here in particular, this would be like one single review, and it's just one review. You can put in like the author, the review, the comments and shit like that. And if you do it that way, then this could be, if Google likes it, replaced by the review. Tim, you don't need to keep nor discard anything. It's a choice of your own, but they are different products. They have some similar functions and some are different. Like there's a lot of stuff in SEO Commander that PSv3 doesn't have. Kevin, for schema for multiple locations, will they show in the 3-pack? No, 3-pack only shows business page reviews. Okay, remember guys, you have to understand where reviews come from in order to understand how to get them there. So this stuff, he's asking, can PSv3 create reviews in the map pack? Well, no, because the map pack populates its reviews from the actual Google page, right? And we don't have anything to do with the Google page, the business GMB page. Okay, we're actually at the 2-hour mark here, guys. And Todd is gone, and I'm actually on the bottom of the question list. Any more questions for anyone? I'm gonna take a quick vape here. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Lots of props here. Thanks, Herc. Great info, Herc. Just a kudos. Thanks a million. Good Webby. Need time to absorb. Do we put, Bruce, do we put Twitter, G+, and Pinterest, YouTube, and any other pixels all in the same scripts box? Yeah, just remember that there's 2 places to do things. There's always a global setting, and then there's a per page option. So your pixels for like Google, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, if you want it to be global, okay, you could put it into the SEO settings. So go to your site, okay, and then go to SEO settings and then go to scripts and input anything that you want to appear globally into this box. Then anything that you want to have just individually will be on the posts or pages box in Project Supremacy. Let me grab one. Let's edit this one. Okay, so then on this box here, this is your your SEO box. You would go to your scripts, okay, and then you can choose whether you so then you'd paste, like if you had a script that was only for this page, you'd paste that script here. So your Facebook tracking pixel for this page only. Okay, so if you had a specific post or page that you wanted to script on, but only on that page, you put it here. But if you want to include your global script, you would just tick this box. Now you'd have both. Incredible product. The more you see, the more you like. Yeah, it's a good one, Natalie. You've been working hard on this. Patrick, yeah, I'll upload a replay and mail it out to you guys. We'll put it. And the other thing is we're gonna let these webinars. We're gonna open this up to everyone. These aren't like just gonna be member only webinars because we really do want to get the product out there. So we're gonna allow people to come on to see what's going on. But we'll kind of keep it towards the training aspect of things, not answering questions about, buying the product. So we'll probably load the replays, the training replays on this page, v3.projectsupremacy.com. I'll probably add it somewhere here, but I will email you guys where it's going to go. I just have to edit or upload it to YouTube, and then I'll email it to you guys. Fred, what WordPress theme do you recommend? I'm a huge fan of Veda. That's my #1 theme. This is a Veda. What you're looking at is a Veda. It's just, me building on a Veda. And then I'll show you another one. Actually, my 21-year-old niece, I just showed her a very, very little bit. What was it? I showed her a tiny bit of a Veda, and she just ran with it. And she's creating websites using a Veda now. That's my favorite. So this is her site that she built, and she didn't even know how to use WordPress, and now she's designing really nice sites like this with a Veda. She's doing shit that I don't even know how to do now, which is awesome. So I like a Veda. I still like Thrive themes. I still definitely like them. Divi, I'm finally dropping off my recommended list. I did recommend it for a long time because it had an awesome page builder. But now that I want to switch my Divi site. What happened, the reason I don't want Divi anymore is my How to Make Money with Bitcoin site. I want to move it to a Veda because I just love a Veda and I'm so good with a Veda. So I wanted to move it. And then I realized that because I have Divi, it makes it almost impossible to move everything because it's locked up in Divi. So for that reason alone, I don't want to recommend Divi anymore because once you start using and building posts in Divi, you are stuck with Divi. You'll have to manually copy and paste every post over to your new site if you want to switch themes. Oh yeah, Mike, affiliate program for Project Supremacy V3. It is coming. We're going to do it slowly, guys. We have to do everything right. This is a big project, a big product. We've been live. We've had paid users now from V2 customers for a while, but the product keeps getting more stable. It keeps getting more secure. We just want to make sure that when we go and start moving into 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 members, that we're scaling it the right way so that it doesn't, if we all of a sudden open an affiliate program, let everybody sign up for the affiliate program and they refer 2,000 new customers and then we didn't scale properly, the product breaks for everyone. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we're throttling our growth and making sure that we can handle the growth that we got. So when we do open the affiliate program at first, it is going to be an application-based affiliate program only. Once we know the amount of volume that we can handle, then we'll open that up on a more public base. But it is coming. We're also, the other thing that is taking long with the affiliate program, guys, is you guys know that we've used things like JVZoo to sell products, then we moved to Deal Guardian to sell products. We also tried ThriveCart, and we also used Zaxa for our product carts and our merchant accounts. We're actually building our own now, specifically for Project Supremacy, just because a lot of those didn't do what we needed them to do. And the reason why we're building our own is because the products that we're selling right now, so we have these 3 accounts, Pro Plan, Agency Plan, Personal Plan, are basically built on, for instance, our Agency Plan is our most expensive plan right now, $127 a month. But it allows you to manage 500 sites, track 1,500 keywords, get competition metrics for 1,500 keywords, and then add 20 sub-user accounts. So rather than just sell packages, we wanted to modularize everything. So for instance, if somebody comes in at $37 and he's like, but I want to manage more sites, but I'm not interested in more keywords, we'll allow you to just buy more sites, or we'll allow you to just buy more keywords, or we'll allow you to just buy more sub accounts. We really wanted to modularize everything. So we had to build our own custom shopping cart in order to be able to do that. And we're about a week away from being completed, and then we'll probably do about another 2 to 3 weeks of testing. But this is all the stuff that's coming. Do you have any info on the Profit Builder plugin by Sean Donahoe? Unfortunately, no, David, I don't. I know Sean builds pretty cool shit though. Mike, is the 297 plus 37 the one-time or the annual? They're the only pricing that we have now is these pricings, monthly or annually. Those deals that we had in the past, Mike, like the 297, 37 per month, were like the cheaper deals for our customers that we let them in earlier. So this pricing now, guys, is more in line with how we're moving forward. But the prices are going to go up. Either the prices, when we release publicly, like, and we announce the release and we do like the big, like, yahoo, we're on the market. What will probably happen is either the prices will go up, the usages will go down, or a combination of both. So right now, once again, these are the cheapest that you're going to be able to get it back for. So Mike, if you're on that 297.37 plan, congratulations, you got in a lot earlier and you took advantage of that even better pricing. Any other questions, guys? I'm going to end it here because we're at about the 2-hour mark on the recording. Yeah, David, okay, this is a good question. If a potential client does not have a WordPress site, but he does have a Joomla site, can you still use V3 to offer him schema? Yes, you can, because you can use our schema builder inside of the app, build the schema, render the schema, copy and paste it, and then move it over to his site. So yeah, absolutely, you can. Terry, the replay will be, I'll email you guys the replay instructions. I have to actually put it somewhere where it makes sense, because we don't have a members type area for V3 other than the actual, V3 members area for members. But we're going to make these webinars open to the public. So I'll probably put it on this page. All right, guys, I'm going to end it there. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully anybody that hasn't bought V3 is starting to see more and more about what it is and how big it is. I know Todd and I are really struggling with a lot of people to explain what it is, because it's just so big. That's the purpose for doing these webinars, guys. We're just going to start really digging into it and showing you everything it's got, just so everyone can, we really want to build this tool up. It's a far bigger and better tool than a lot of the stuff that's on the market. So we're really going to start trying to market this and grow it. So thanks everyone for coming on. I will mail you the replay, so please watch your emails. When it's out, I'll mail you hopefully today, but possibly tomorrow. So thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you later.